What's like one of your fears? Like what's a fear you have of AI? Like if you have like a fearful space that it could go, like I know you mentioned it a little bit.
Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, has made it clear that the upcoming release of GPT-5 is not just another software update. He's shared in recent interviews that the new version feels different. It's not just faster or smarter. It's raising questions about how far we should go with artificial intelligence and how quickly.
AI from having that same effect, like that negative effect that social media really has had.
I'm scared of that. I don't have an answer yet. I don't think we know quite the ways in which it's going to have those negative impacts.
GPT-5 is expected to be released in August. It will likely be a major step forward from GPT-4. Reports suggest it will be able to handle more complex tasks, remember things longer, and combine text, voice, images, and files in one system. This kind of integration could change how people use AI in their daily lives. OpenAI has not shared all the details yet, but inside sources say testing has already begun. The company is now working to fine-tune the model before launch. At the same time, leaders like Altman are becoming more vocal about the risks. He's warned that these systems are becoming harder to predict, even for the people building them.
What this is going to mean for users' mental health. There's a lot of people that talk to ChatGPT all day long. There are these sort of new AI companions that people talk to like they would a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And we were talking earlier about how it's probably not been good for kids to like grow up like on the dopamine hit of scrolling.
One concern is that people may not fully understand how powerful these models are. As AI becomes more natural in how it speaks and responds, it becomes easier to forget that it's still a machine. This could lead users to place too much trust in what the AI says, especially if they're using it for personal decisions or emotional support. OpenAI has already faced criticism for how people use ChatGPT as a replacement for professionals, like therapists or coaches, but GPT-5 may take that problem to a new level. Its improved speed and memory might make it feel even more real, more human. That could increase the chance of users becoming emotionally attached to it or depending on it in unhealthy ways. There's also the issue of regulation. Governments around the world are still trying to figure out how to deal with AI. Some regions like the European Union have started creating rules to protect users, but in places like the United States, there are still few laws that cover this kind of technology. Altman has pointed out this gap and said it could lead to serious problems if not fixed soon. OpenAI is under a lot of pressure right now. On one side, people want new tools that can do more. On the other side, there's concern about safety, privacy, and control. Altman is caught between those two sides. He's leading the charge in developing AI, but also warning that the world may not be ready for what's coming next.
Right now, if you talk to a therapist or a lawyer or a doctor about those problems, there's like legal privilege for it, you know, like there's doctor-patient confidentiality, there's legal confidentiality, whatever. And we haven't figured that out yet for when you talk to ChatGPT. So if you go talk to ChatGPT about your most sensitive stuff and then there's like a lawsuit or whatever.
The release of GPT-5 is more than just a tech launch. It brings bigger questions about where AI is going and how it could affect everyday life. People are excited about what the model can do, but there's also growing concern about how much we can control it. Sam Altman has been clear that even as the technology gets better, we still don't fully understand what happens when it's released into the real world. One of the biggest issues is how AI might change the way people work and live. Tools like ChatGPT are already being used in offices, schools, and homes. GPT-5 could speed that up. It may replace some tasks that humans normally do, or at least change the way those jobs work. This could save time and money, but it could also make some roles less needed. That shift might create stress for workers who are unsure about their future.
Privacy for your conversations with AI that we do with a therapist or whatever. And no one had to think about that even a year ago. And now I think it's this huge issue of like, how are we going to treat the laws around this?
There are also serious questions about privacy. As AI tools become more advanced, they collect and process huge amounts of user data. Companies use this data to make the models smarter, but there's little public understanding about how that data is stored, who can access it, or how long it's kept. If someone shares private information with an AI tool, they might not know that those words could be used to train future versions, or even show up again.
Do you talk to ChatGPT?
I don't talk to it that much.
Because of this?
I think it is. It's because it's like
I think it makes sense.
To not talk to ChatGPT because
No. To like really want the privacy clarity before you use it a lot.
Yeah.
Like the legal clarity.
Yeah, it's scary. And it's like, well, how long does it take lawmakers to come up with that? And then it feels like it's moving so fast that it's like it doesn't even matter.
In earlier interviews, Altman has warned that AI could be used in harmful ways if it's not handled carefully. This includes spreading false information, influencing elections, or targeting users with manipulative content. With GPT-5 expected to be even more persuasive and accurate, these risks become harder to ignore. As AI becomes more convincing, it also becomes easier to misuse. Some experts are calling for stronger rules to manage these risks. They want governments to create clear standards for how AI can be trained, tested, and released. But progress on that front has been slow. Many countries are still trying to understand what AI really is, while companies are moving ahead quickly with development. That gap makes it hard to create policies that can keep up. At the same time, there's a bigger question about how AI affects how we think and feel. If more people start turning to chatbots for advice, friendship, or comfort, it could slowly change how people connect with each other. These tools don't feel tired, annoyed, or distracted. They're always available, but they also aren't human, and they can't truly understand emotion, even if it feels like they do. Altman has said he believes AI will help the world, but only if it's used with care. With GPT-5 just around the corner, the pressure is on, not just for OpenAI, but for all of us. The technology is moving fast. Whether society is ready for it is still an open question. OpenAI's position in the tech industry is more complex than ever. On one hand, the company is pushing boundaries and leading the race in AI development. On the other, it's being watched closely by regulators, researchers, and even its own users. Every new release brings both excitement and anxiety. GPT-5 might offer huge improvements in performance, but it also pushes us deeper into unknown territory. Altman's recent statement suggests that even he isn't fully sure how this will play out. There's a sense that we're entering a new phase, one where AI tools aren't just helpful assistants, but active participants in how we learn, work, and make decisions. As the lines between human and machine input blur, questions about accountability become harder to answer. Who is responsible when an AI gives the wrong advice? What happens if it causes harm? These concerns are especially important now that AI is being used in more sensitive areas. Some schools are using AI to support student learning. Some hospitals are exploring AI to assist with diagnoses. Even governments are testing AI for policy research. In all of these cases, the need for accuracy and fairness is critical. If GPT-5 is more powerful, then the mistakes it makes could also be more serious. There's also the issue of long-term impact. What happens if people stop learning certain skills because they rely too much on AI? What if young people grow up trusting AI more than teachers, doctors, or even their own parents? These are difficult questions that don't have easy answers, but they're the kind of questions that need to be asked now, before GPT-5 becomes part of daily life for millions of people. For OpenAI, the challenge isn't just about creating better tools, it's about guiding how those tools are used. GPT-5 might be the most advanced AI model yet, but that doesn't mean it's ready to be trusted without limits. And as Sam Altman himself has said, just because we can build something doesn't always mean we should.